love the Nancy Drew games. I will admit that I am not the best at puzzle games. So I will rely on people watching to help me out. We're gonna do Junior Detective because we don't hate
1930. The place, the road to Titusville, where we find Nancy Drew behind the wheel of her blue roadster, pondering this question. Why did Emily Crandall, a girl whom Nancy knows only through their mutual friend Helen Corning, ask Nancy to drive all the way out to the Lilac Inn to see her? Does it have something to do with the fact that Emily's mother died barely a month earlier, leaving Emily to run the restaurant with only her guardian to help her? And more important, why, when she called, did Emily sound so desperate? The spunky teenager turns off the main road, blissfully unaware that Emily isn't all that awaits her at the end of the driveway. No, Nancy Drew is about to get her first taste of the mystery, intrigue, and adventure that are to become her destiny.
Ooh, here we go, guys. Oh, I can't believe we're playing Nancy. This is so exciting. Load and save game. We're just gonna save immediately. Enter. Okay. Ooh. Don't mind the graphics. Oh, also it's, as you can see, look at the format. Format is by no mistake on OBS. It is very early 2000s PC game. Okay, let's see, what's this? Map. This is our Titusville roadmap. Awesome. It's just, case journal. Dad's rules of the road. Watch the fuel gauge so I don't run out of gas. Avoid potholes so I don't get a flat. Use the spare to change the tire if I do get a flat. And never, ever, ever drive without a spare. Find a gas station and get the tire fixed pronto. My father's phone number is KL57187. The phone number for Bess Marvin and George, since she's always over there, is KL5-4468. Swell. Awesome. Alright. Good to know. Checklist. Excellent. Let's go forth. Lilac Inn. Got a phone here. Okay. Little cat. Cute. Also, oh, whoa. Lots of pies. So, full disclosure, I have played this game before, but I have not played this game in a very long time, nor do I remember how to do any of the puzzles. That's the one thing with Nancy games, is it's so hard to remember any of the puzzles.
Well, hello. I'll bet my bloomers you're Nancy Drew.
That's
right. Are you Emily's guardian?
You got it. I'm Jane Willoughby. I'm Emily's guardian, but only for the next 3 months until she turns 18. Then she's on her own.
It smells like someone's been baking pies.
Pies are the Lilac Inn specialty. We get orders from all over. Oh, that reminds me, your father called. You're supposed to call him. You can use the coin phone on the porch. Emily didn't say anything about you coming until just this morning.
She didn't?
Don't get me wrong, she can invite anybody here she wants. It's just that she's gotten so darn forgetful lately.
Is she alright? Maybe she's just still thinking about her mom.
Maybe she's just, you know, still thinking about her mom.
She misses her mom, that's for sure. So do I. Gloria and me, we were best friends, you know? The two of us ran this swell little dress shop over in Capital City. But then she got hitched and I didn't. And the next thing I know, she's writing me saying it would sure take a load off her mind if I could take care of her little girl should something ever happen to her.
It was nice of you to say yes.
I couldn't say no. I mean, what are best friends for? I just wish I knew how to help Emily.
Help her
do what?
She's been acting so... Look, go talk to her. She probably just needs to spend some time with a bear cat like you instead of some dumb Dora like me. Go on up, she's in her room. Just make like a Boy Scout and be prepared.
Make like a Boy Scout and be prepared? Ooh, okay. Wow. Look at these graphics, yo. Fancy. We are not gonna do that. We're just looking, thank you. Ooh. We'll come back here for sure. Can I go past? No? Okay. We'll go up. All the photos. Well, can we... Can't click on any of... Can't click on this door. Okay, can't click on that door. Can click on this door. Alright. Okay, so that's who we need to talk to. I should probably just talk to her and then start looking around, yeah? Okay.
Nancy, hi. Welcome to the Lilac Inn. Oh, and before I forget, thank you for that nice note you sent me when Mom died. It meant a lot to me.
Well, I lost my mom 2 years ago.
Well, I lost my mom too, years ago. I kind of know how you feel.
You and I may not be best friends or anything, but you're still one of the nicest people I know.
You know, I may not be the best of friends. Well, thank you.
Well, thank you.
That's why I'm hoping you'll do me a favor. A big favor. You and your dad?
My dad? What kind of favor?
What kind of favor?
Shh!
Oh my gosh.
What's wrong?
I thought I heard something. Your father has a safe, right?
We need to... This is 1930. Lots of people have safes. This... You need to put something in a safe?
You need to put something in a safe?
See this jewelry? I'd like you to take it home with you and put it in your father's safe.
It's beautiful.
It was my mother's. The few times I saw her wear it, she looked just like a movie star.
Ooh.
I was hiding it here in my room, but all things considered, I'd feel a lot better if you would just take it home and have your father lock it up in his safe.
Yeah, all things considered,
What do you
yeah.
mean, all things considered?
Strange things have been going on around here. That's all I can say. I know it sounds loony, and Jane probably told you that I've been acting loony, but please do this for me. What was that?
Oh my god.
Emily, come downstairs, quick! The kitchen's on fire!
Come on, we better get out of here.
Uh-oh.
This is horrible, just horrible. The fire chief says
Oh
the
my
stove was
gosh.
completely destroyed and there's smoke damage everywhere. The inn will have to shut down for months, maybe even for good.
Does he know what caused the explosion?
Does he
Yeah.
know what caused the explosion?
It looked to him like one of the burners on the stove had been left on. The flame either went out or was never lit, but anyway, something made a spark and boom. He said insurance companies are very reluctant to pay out when things look hinky, and that's when times are good.
Who was in the kitchen this morning? Where did Emily go? Yeah, who was in the kitchen?
this morning?
Emily was the last person to use the stove. Like I said, she's been real forgetful lately. I think she's pretty upset, but it's not her fault. What with her mom passing away barely a month ago, and me showing up, this total stranger who doesn't know the first thing about kids or running a restaurant, and her trying to do everything all by herself. It's just too much, that's all. Who wouldn't go a little off their nut?
Ooh.
I better get that. The line to the regular phone got burned up in the fire, so now the only phone we got is the coin phone on the porch. Excuse me.
Oh, no!
Emily?
Ooh.
mother's jewelry. It's gone. Someone must have stolen it while we were all downstairs. I knew something like this was going to happen. I just knew
Convenient. You mean this sort of thing has happened before, or yeah?
You
let's
mean
that
this
one.
sort of thing has
I
happened
don't think we should
before?
accuse her.
Yes. No. I'd rather not say, but I will say this. I did not leave the stove on. That fire was not my fault. Oh, what am I going to do? Without that jewelry, I don't have a prayer of paying for a new stove, and without a stove, I'll have to sell the inn, and if I lose the inn... I wish Mom were still here.
No.
I wish Josiah Crowley had left us the money like he always said he was going to. That's what I wish.
Who's Josiah Crowley?
He was this old man that lived next door. He died last year. He spent most of his time here at the inn, and he led my mom and me to believe that he'd left a lot of money for us in his will. He gave us a clock, and afterwards, he'd always point to it and get this little twinkle in his eye and say, "Time will tell." But when they finally found his will, he didn't leave us a penny.
Did he have family? Was there a problem? Maybe he didn't leave you anything because he didn't have anything. Maybe
Was
there was
there
a
a problem finding his will?
It didn't turn up for months. Then finally someone found it in a drawer in Josiah's house. Josiah was kind of a screwball. One time he showed up at my birthday party dressed as my great Aunt Harriet. I didn't know it was really him until 2 days later. Anyway, he had all these weird hobbies, and he always thought it would be really keen to read minds. Josiah invited Richard Topham to move in so Topham could help him develop his paranormal powers right there in his house. Josiah was a sweet old man, and I do miss him. And he was free to give his money to whomever he wanted. But to get our hopes up like that, and then leave us nothing, it just wasn't like him.
Yeah, that's kind of messed up. I won't lie. Where's Richard Topham now? Was your mother's jewelry insured? How many people knew your mother's jewelry is in here?
Where is
Let's ask
Richard
that.
Topham now?
He still lives in Josiah's house, which is right down the path out back. His house and the inn were built at the same time by two brothers during the Civil War.
Ooh, okay. Which side of the Civil War, though? Gotta ask those kind of questions. How many people knew?
How many people knew you kept your mother's jewelry in here?
No one. Well, Jane, my guardian, she knew, but I didn't tell anyone else.
Was your mother's jewelry insured?
Gosh, I forgot about that. I don't know. Jim Archer, I bet he'd know. He's our banker. I guess I should go talk to him.
I feel like if the mom was she sick? I forget what they said about how she passed away, but if she was sick and then ended up passing away, you'd think she'd tell her about the jewelry. You don't sound very happy about it. Not one of your favorite people.
You don't sound very happy about it.
I'm just so bad at business things. And Jane, my guardian, she tries hard, but she's no good at it either. Maybe you could go talk to him. Please? It would be such a big help.
Me? I feel like Girl, I do not... I don't think I'm qualified to help you with financial matters. And for what? Free? That's kind of crazy to ask. I guess.
He runs the Main Street Bank. You can't miss it. I'll call him and tell him you're coming.
Okay. So we
I'll
gotta
be back in
go
a little bit.
talk to
Don't
this
forget
guy.
to call your father.
Okay, alright. What's in? Okay. Gotta wait till she's gone, I guess, to get in there. Can we look at anything else in here?
Is this your sewing machine?
Actually, that belonged to my mom. She and Jane used to be dressmakers. Mom was going to teach me how to use it, but she never got the chance.
That's so sad and crazy. Well, maybe Jane can teach you. That'd be a great way to bond, you know? Rubiat. Omar. I don't know how to say that last name, and I'm not gonna try. Gloria, read this, and pretty soon this fellow will be your favorite poet too. Your pal, Josiah. I barely could read this for a second. My eyes broke a bit. Myself, when young, did eagerly frequent doctor and saint, and heard great argument about it and about, but never more came out by the same door wherein I went. With them the seed of wisdom did I sow, and with mine own hand wrought to make it grow. And this was all the harvest that I reaped. I came like water, and like wind I go. Interesting. Okay. Sorry, I gotta do a couple of things real quick. Respond to someone. Hope everyone is having a chill time. I'm drinking my cozy cup of coffee here. And a water as well. Always gotta have a little water too. Okay. When you and I beheld the veil, when you and I behind the veil are past, I don't know if that's veil, to be honest. It looks like a bee, but I can't tell. Veil is the only word that I think would fit there. When you and I are behind the veil are past. Oh, but the long, long while the world shall last. Which of our coming and departure heeds us the sea's self should heed a pebble cast. A moment's halt, a moment's taste of being from the well amid the waste. And lo, the phantom caravan has reached the nothing it set out from. Oh, make haste. That makes no sense. It's a riddle. Honestly, it could just be... Who knows what it is? Who knows? Oh, threat of hell and hopes of paradise. One thing at least is certain. This life flies. One thing is certain and the rest is lies. The flower that once has blown forever dies. Strange, is it not, of the myriads who before us passed the door of darkness through, not or rot? Not one returns to tell us of the road which to discover, which to discover me must traveled to. Oh my gosh, that was rough. That was really brutal. Apologies for the rough go of it. Okay, let's continue on. What's over here? Ooh. What does that say? The something of Francis. The something of Francis glazes? Cool. Can we look at that hat? No? Okay. Alright, well, let's go downstairs. I'm just checking to make sure. So we can't click on the doors, the other doors. Can't look at the photos. Let's look at our checklist real quick. Okay. Whoa. Note to self. When a task has been completed, remember, check it off. Check.
That's done.
Talk to Emily and find out why she invited me to the inn.
I'm
Got
finished with that.
Go into town and meet Jim Archer, the banker, and find out whether the jewelry that was stolen was insured. Walk over to Josiah Crowley's old house, meet this Richard Topham guy, and try to find out why Joshua willed everything to him instead of to Emily and her mom. Yeah, that would be a good one. I'm wondering if I should talk to her, though.
So, is Emily all right?
Someone stole her mother's jewelry.
What?
Maybe she was showing it to me just before the explode. No, actually,
Did you happen to see anyone go upstairs during all the commotion that the fire caused?
No. You mean someone stole it while everybody was rushing around trying to put out the fire? Hypers! If you can't trust a fireman, who can you trust?
Are you sure no one besides you and Emily were in the kitchen this morning? Emily said you were the only one who knew she had the jewelry.
Emily said you were the only one who knew she had that jewelry.
When Gloria was alive, she could have told people about it, or people may have seen her wearing it. And when she died, they knew the jewelry had to be around here somewhere, right?
Does anyone in particular come to mind?
Sorry. It's been hard enough getting to know Emily, let alone anyone else in this backwater burg. Well, guess better go call the sheriff.
Is that your car I saw when I drove in the driveway? Where did that Bart Bounce game in the parlor come from? Is that your car?
Is that your car I saw when I drove up the driveway?
My old rust bucket's parked out back where nobody'll see it. Be nice to buy something decent, but last time I checked, my last name was Willoughby, not Rockefeller.
That's funny. Where did the Bart Bounce game come from?
Where did that Bart Bounce game that's in the parlor come from? Do you know?
Emily says Josiah Crowley brought it in one day and just left it. Said it was so guests, as in him, would have something to do while they waited for a table.
Well,
I'll talk to you later.
Bye now.
Wow, crazy that the restaurant portion burned down. Lovely home. So this is the Bard Bounce game he brought. Should we look at it? Actually, no, I want to look around more. We'll come back to that. I want to explore. Okay. We had to call Dad too, didn't we? Wasn't that one on our list? No. I bet I should call regardless, yeah?
Drop a nickel into the slot, please. There we go. Now, how may I be of service?
Carson Drew.
I'd like to talk to Carson Drew. His number is KL57187.
Hang on a minute.
Carson Drew speaking.
Hi, Dad.
Well, I see you got to Titusville okay.
The car ran like a top.
The car ran like a top.
It ought to. That's a fine car. You treat it well, it'll treat you well.
I was told that you wanted me to call.
I need to get some documents from a colleague over there. I thought since you were in the area, you could pick them up, save him paying postage.
Sure. What's the address?
He said he'd just leave them for you at the telegraph office. Just drive into town and look for Tubby Telegrams. He said you can't miss it.
Will do.
These papers are extremely important, Nancy.
I will pick them up, Dad.
Good. Remember, watch your gas gauge and get gas when you're low so you don't run out. And try to avoid potholes. The more you hit, the likely it is you'll wind up with a flat.
Yes, Dad.
And if you do get a flat, take it off and put on your spare, and then head straight to a gas station and get it fixed.
Yes, Dad.
All right, lecture over. Have you found out why Miss Crandall asked you to visit?
I'd rather not go into it right now. She wanted me to have you lock
She wanted me to have you lock her mother's jewelry up in your safe. Only someone stole it before I could take it with me.
Stole it? Good gosh.
Why wouldn't we want to have someone... Why wouldn't we want to talk about it? That's kind of crazy. It's right after the stove or the kitchen exploded. Emily led me to believe a lot of strange things have been happening at the inn lately. I think the first one's
That was
more
right
important.
after the stove in the kitchen exploded.
The stove exploded? Sounds to me like you'd be well advised to cut your visit there short.
No, I want to find out what's going on. I have to find out what's going on.
You have to?
Well, yeah, you know. Emily just lost her mom, and she's worried about losing the inn, and her guardian's all wet when it comes to helping out, and...
Oh, wet? Oh my God, that's so
you are
strange.
so curious that you feel like you'll absolutely burst if you don't find out why all these weird things have been happening, right?
Yes.
Don't worry, I know the feeling. You're a chip off the old block, I'm afraid. Well, as long as you're like me in one other way, you should be fine.
What way is that? Smart?
Careful.
Careful. Someone says they're going to leave you something in their will and then doesn't. Is there anything you could do about it? Also, I don't know if they mentioned it yet, but Nancy's dad is canonically a lawyer. Also, I just realized I'm wearing my witch outfit, which is, you know, the season's over. I gotta switch that. So, hold on. There we go. I don't know why that switched. Could be a binding issue for something. Okay. If somebody says they're going to leave... Yeah,
if somebody says they're going to leave you something in their will and then doesn't, is there anything you can do about it?
Not a thing. Whatever's in writing is the only thing that counts, unless, of course, the will was tampered with or forged, and you can prove it. If not, you're out of luck. Why do you ask?
Emily's neighbor, Josiah Crowley, told her and her mom that they were going to inherit part of his estate. But when he died, his will left everything to this ESP expert named Richard Topham.
That's too bad, but this Crowley fellow was free to leave whatever he wanted to whomever he wanted, I'm afraid. People do change their minds, you know.
What's up, Angel? Angle Beads, hello. How are you? I'm playing Nancy Drew. Have you seen this game before? It's an oldie. Yippee! Okay, I met Emily's guardian. What does a guardian do?
I met Emily's guardian, Jane. What does a guardian do, anyway?
A guardian is pretty much a surrogate parent. Jane is legally responsible for Emily's physical and financial well-being.
Jane doesn't strike me as being the parental type. In fact, I get the impression she's in way over her head.
Fortunately for her, it's not forever. Most guardianships end when the ward turns 18. And then both Jane and Emily will be free to do whatever they please.
Okay. You'd think Emily's mom would have chosen someone a little more competent. If Emily sells it in, will Jane get part of the profits? Interesting.
If Emily sells the inn, will Jane get part of the profits?
If she's Emily's guardian at the time of the sale, yes. Are you suggesting that Jane's primary motivation is greed? Good grief, where did you get such a suspicious mind?
I think it was from the person who has always told me that the best way to solve a problem is to look at all the possibilities, Dad.
I did say that, didn't I?
You haven't seen it before? Well, you're in luck. We literally just started. The only thing you missed is... So this is a mystery game, and we're trying to solve a mystery. So we went to our, friend's house whose mom just died. It's the 1930s. Her mom just died, leaving her underage daughter to take care of this inn. And the kitchen exploded while we were here, burning the entire kitchen. So now they can't use it's like a bed and breakfast thing in the 1930s or something. And the kitchen / restaurant part burned. And now this minor is trying to figure out what to do. Her guardian, Jane, is the mom's best friend and is trying to help her figure it out, but is not great at helping her run the inn. And now they have the kitchen that just blew up. Also, her jewelry just, the girl helping, Emily, her jewelry just got stolen. I know. I'm invested. I hope you enjoy it. So it'll be a good time.
Goodbye, Dad.
Oh, and we found out that the neighbor was supposed to have left us a sum of money. there's like super rich old guy who was eccentric and said he was gonna leave this girl and her mom in the will, and then when he died, they weren't in the will, and he left all of his money to this psychic guy he was seeing at the time, and the psychic guy has moved into the dead old guy's house and is now living there with the will, supposedly. So that's where you just missed the setup, really. So not too much. I know, so sussy. I know, Miners, classic, right? And it's the 30s. Also, look, don't you love the quality of the game? How this is early 2000s PC game. So now we're gonna go over to this old man's house and see what's going on with it. Oh.
Got it.
Oh my gosh.
Looks like someone recently had a key appraised.
I had a little heart jump there. I didn't grab it in time almost. Okay. One metal key, determine current resale value. Okay. Cool. Waddell. What's over here? Whoa.
Oh, a miniature golf course. Swell.
Okay. Dump your old one. Okay, games. Okay, miniature golf. Make par for the course, win a prize. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. We'll do that after we go to the other house. I can't get distracted. Nice. Topham School. So this is the dead guy's house.
Over here, Miss Yu.
Oh my gosh.
Find the toy mouse and give it to Yuri, would you please? Otherwise, he'll just keep meowing. He hates strangers.
Where'd the kitty cat? Where is he? Oh, oh my gosh. Bird. Dead bird. Oh, hi, kitty.
What does this cat want?
Oh, that's such an ugly looking cat. I'm sure he has a great personality. Can we wear a mouse toy? Oh. Dude, I got eagle eyes. So I've played this game a long time ago, but I genuinely do not remember like anything. I don't remember any of the puzzles, how to solve anything. So it'll honestly be just as rough trying to solve puzzles. 'Cause I don't remember how to do anything. I don't remember it. I barely remember it, so. Okay, let's give him the mouse toy. Freaky cat. Freaky little cat. Okay, can I talk to this guy now?
How nice of you to drop by. And thank you for walking instead of parking in the driveway. I'm expecting a pupil. I'd hate for her to have to park on the road.
How did you know who I was, Mr. Topham?
How did you know who I was?
If one is to teach others how to develop and use their paranormal gifts, it's only logical that one must possess such gifts oneself.
Does that mean you could
Does that mean you can read minds or tell the future, or what exactly?
The paranormal includes telepathy or communicating by sending and receiving thoughts, extrasensory perception or perceiving that which cannot physically be seen or heard, and psychokinesis, using one's psychic energy to reshape or move objects.
Okay. Cheapers! You can do all that? Yeah.
Jeepers, you can do all that?
Yes.
We're gonna play into it a little
on
bit.
occasion. As I tell my students, increasing one's rate of success is simply a matter of practice.
Do you have a lot of students? Does everyone have paranormal powers?
Do you have a lot of students?
Oh, indeed. I take them through exercises designed to help them increase their output of phantasmic energy. If you want to sign up for an introductory session, I believe I have an opening today.
What I'd really like to do is talk about Josiah Crowley.
Oh. I'm afraid I'm busy, young lady. Far too busy to engage in idle conversation.
Well, that shut him up real quick. Oh, the other thing, too, is with the will situation, they couldn't find the old man's will, and then all of a sudden, this guy had found it, and everything was left to him. You know, so a little suspicious. I may also need help when we start the puzzle part, so letting you know. What would be a good time for me to come back? You're not trying to hide something, are you?
You're not trying to hide something, are you, Mr. Topham?
I'll be blunt, Miss Drew. I've discovered that the more time I spend with the, shall we say, intellectually unendowed, the more my cerebral pulsations seem to diminish. I'm afraid I cannot speak to you further unless and until you prove that you are worthy. That is, that your brainwaves are not unacceptably inferior and thus deleterious to mine.
Bro just said we were lesser than. That's crazy. Bro said we are not average. He said we tiny. We got tiny brains. Unacceptable, inferior is crazy. Okay. My brainwaves are just fine, or how would I do that? My brainwaves are just fine, but we'll play into it.
How would I do that?
What I have here is an exercise in logic. If you can discern the correct solution, then I'll know that conversing with you will do me no psychic harm. You may take it with you.
Huh? Uh-oh.
Good luck and good day. Am I to assume that you have the correct solution to that logic problem?
There we go.
You seem so nice. I thought you might give me a hint.
Sorry. Unless and until you solve the problem correctly, we cannot speak.
Alright. He's the one who did it. He murdered who... No one got murdered, but he murdered someone. Maybe not a part of this mystery, but...
Go right ahead. The place is more like a museum than a house.
Ooh, a Nickelodeon. That's really cool. Whoa, I'm getting dizzy. Alright. Ah, this is a hint to the other game. Nancy Drew in the Haunted Carousel. Freaky. Freaky. Ooh, secrets.
What are you when you win barred bounce? What poet is the cat's meow? What will Para, my miniature golf course, get you? What's Gloria's middle name?
Huh? Proudly Roadster Soarer.
Becoder is in the rivet. 2 to the right.
Took Topham's intelligent test. Followed. Okay. Get new typewriter ribbon. Decoder. Ooh. Whereabouts room off tunnel by scrambled picture. Ooh. Tesla coil. Big TikTok on top. Give flute. Their cues. Bottom cue is in the note to Gloria. Note to Gloria. Poem on the golf course. Sounds like numbers to me. By Carousel Horse from Sheldon. Another reference to the other game. Very cool. Thaumatrope?
It looks like Josiah lent a trivet to someone, but I can't make out to whom.
Here's a trivet something. I will want it for your party at Twin Elms. Twin Elms, that's a place. Please write that down. Write that down. I will want it back someday. Your friend Josiah C. Sweet. Okay. Less effort. Can we not take it with us? We have to leave it? That's cool. it's just this. Alright.
That room is off limits, I'm afraid.
Alright. Off limits. Whatever. Is that where you keep your murdered suspects? Poor Bird! R.I.P. Bird. Putting physics to work in the modern world. William Crooks. Radiometer. You know what? We'll come back and read that. Yeah. We'll come back for that.
The man on stage in this picture, is that Josiah?
Yes, that's from a production of A Midsummer Night's Dream that he directed and starred in. It closed after 2 nights, but he didn't care. He loved that play.
Aww. We love when old rich people just do whatever they want. Alright. Just me making noise. Don't bother. Why am I... Alright, well, that's cool. I want to see that. Why can't I look at that? Look at the cat, though. I like to furiously click.
Was this Josiah's clock?
Everything in here was Josiah's.
Oh, guys, our first game. First puzzle. Oh. We're gonna be big brains today. Nice. Oh. Oh my gosh. I am the master. Ugh! I feel so smart. A child could figure that out. Ooh, secrets.
What this mirror's doing in here?
I want it, whatever it is. Yeah, what do I do with it? Okay. We have a mirror now. Great. Can we do anything else? No? Okay. To be fair, the last time I played this, I was an actual child, so all these puzzles, maybe they're not as hard as I remember. I feel very silly, but what can you do? Okay. Ooh, what's this? Oh, okay. Good to know we have another puzzle. Let's look at our notebook real quick, see what we can check off. When in doubt, look at the list. Walk over to the house, meet Topham.
I'm finished with that.
We still need to go to
Can't check that
town.
off yet.
Find out what the receipt I found is for. Figure out the answers on that logic test. Take a good look through Josiah's things.
I haven't done that yet.
Okay. Answer the 4 questions that were in Josiah's notebook and use them to unlock the door to the carriage house. Okay. Find out what I am when I win Bard Bounce. Discover what poet Joshua really liked. Wait, we read a book that was like very hard to read because of the font that was used. I think that might have been the book, because that was what we read on Emily's bed in the beginning. I kind of want to check that before we go into town, so let's do that. Okay, this book, The Rubaiyat. Okay, yeah, Gloria, read this, and pretty soon this fellow will be your favorite poet too. Your pal Joshua. Where's this note though? Can we ask her?
Hi, Nancy.
Yeah, what was
your
name?
mother's middle name?
Lois. Why?
Lois.
Oh, just curious.
Okay. I might need to start taking notes, because this game notoriously is one of those games you take notes in. Okay. Got a little paper to scribble on. All right, we're ready to cook. Okay, Gloria's middle name. Lois. Okay, I'm writing that down. Write that down. Okay, you guys gotta keep track too. Okay,
Did you play much miniature golf on the course that's out back?
Not anymore. When I was little, I used to play with Josiah. Sometimes he'd help me get par just so I could get something from the prize machine.
You could win different things?
You always won the same thing, just a different color. It was a little toy dog or something. Very cheaply made, and quite forgettable, obviously.
I'll be back in a little bit.
You're the bee's knees.
This like magazine is kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. Cannot lie, it's actually kind of funny. Okay. Clever Hans, he taught his master and us. Late last century, a retired teacher named Wilhelm von Osten set out to prove animals are far more intelligent than commonly believed, and that they are perfectly capable of adding and subtracting, even telling time, provided they receive the proper education. He bought a horse called Hans and proceeded to teach him arithmetic as if he were a schoolboy using carrots instead of a hickory stick to elicit the desired response. Amazingly, within 2 years, Hans was able to give the answers to mathematical problems by pawing the ground. Wow! More amazingly, the horse was almost never wrong. I'm kind of curious if this is actually true. Von Hosten was convinced that he had indeed taught his horse arithmetic. For years, it seemed to everyone who saw Clever Hans in action that von Osten was right. Of particular interest to the scientific community was the fact that the horse was able to give the correct answer even when von Osten was not present, which ruled out the possibility that his master was perpetrating a hoax by giving him subtle hand or voice signals. But finally, a scientist named Oskar Bungst observed Hans gave the correct answer, that is, he pawed the ground on the correct number of times, only when someone who the horse could see knew the answer to the problem that had been posed. This meant the horse was indeed reacting to visual cues. Eventually, Funkst, I don't know how to say that, proved that Hans' cleverness lay not in his math skills, but in his uncanny ability to perceive tiny involuntary body movements. When the pawing horse reached the correct answer, the people around him would react, albeit unconsciously, a slight nod of the head, a relaxing of the shoulders, a straightening of the back. All were cues which to Hans meant that it was time to stop pawing and enjoy the carrot that was sure to be forthcoming. Von Hosten, who all along had unwittingly been providing his wonder horse with the correct answers, died 5 years later, far too disillusioned and humiliated to appreciate the invaluable lesson that his misadventure in equine education had inadvertently taught the rest of us. Thanks to Hans, we now know that what people do without being aware that they are doing it can often speak volumes. And thanks to his master, we know that if a man wants to believe that something is true badly enough, he will often unconsciously find a way to make it true. But like Hans, the more observant we are, the more likely it is that we'll pick up on the cues that the believer is inadvertently providing us with cues that will ultimately allow us, like Funks, to discern fact from fantasy. Interesting. I wonder if this is actually true. Well, good to know regardless. Sorry, gotta grab a Kleenex. I'm still a little under the weather, which is unfortunate, but not as bad as it was last week. Or this weekend. Over the weekend. Okay, now that we've learned about a horse, what's this? Hobo sign language becoming widespread. We have one of these on the front door. It was a cat. A kind woman lives here. Aww. President Hoover, economic recovery is imminent. Main Street, 5 and 10 forced to close up shop. Meteor, crash lands in Arkansas. Radio seen as one of the biggest branches of the show business. Ooh. Alright. That's all we can look at here. Ooh. Another puzzle.
Looks like I need to get the bird from one side to the other.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay, so these can only... That was very easy. Another mirror, okay. Good to know. Those pillows look paper thin and ridiculous. That's rough. Should we figure out what we are in Bard Bounce? Bard Bounce. A game based upon A Midsummer's Night Dream, a play by William Shakespeare. Do Shakespeare proud by using the arrows to move each man to the woman with whom he belongs. Remember, love is never easy. Whenever you move someone, he will keep going until he hits an obstacle, another character, or the end of the row. So plan ahead. 5 cents per game! You know what? We're gonna wait with this. I'll come back to that. I don't know why. I don't want to play Bard Bounce right now. We've already done 2 puzzles. We still have to go into town, too. So let's go into town. See if anyone knows what Gloria's middle name is. We know that. Make par. We did find the poet.
That's done.
It's Omar something. Omar K something. I should write that down too, actually. Poets. Poets. Omar K something. I don't know if we need the first name and the last name, or just the last name, or just the first name. So I'll put both down. Answer the 4 questions that were in Josiah's notebook and use them to unlock the carriage door. Okay. Take a good look through Josiah's things. Figure out what that answer on the logic test is. Let's go into town because we still need to do that. And I feel like what I remember in Nancy games, because I have played one recently within the last year, and one thing I've noticed is you kind of sometimes need to do some things in order to like spawn other things, if you will. Like you do have to do a few things before certain
that
answers.
Car I saw before is gone.
Oh. Is that? Whoa. Can I use my arrows? Nope. I can use those. Can I? Okay, I can just click and drag. Uh-oh. Gas, tire. Okay. Titusville Teleco. Oh, Waddell. That's where they had the thing, right? Where was I supposed to go? Spacebar to park? Okay, can we...
Hello, are you Mr. Waddell?
So what if I am?
My
I found
goodness.
this receipt, and I just wondered what you could tell me about it.
Let me see that. One key, determine resale value, item 493. Oh yeah, this was for that key Jim Archer wanted me to appraise.
Jim Archer wanted you to appraise a key?
It was very ornate, had jewels all over it. Fake jewels, as it turned out. When I told him it was worthless, the cheapskate refused to pay me and told me to keep it.
Do you think I could have it?
Sure, once you pay the appraisal fee,
Which is...
$1.50.
Here you go.
Good,
Oh.
here's the key. Enjoy.
Robbed. I had $3.50. The man took half of my coin purse. Bank. Where did we have to go? Ooh, I think those are potholes. Now, I'm lost. How can I look at my map? Okay, so we just passed Waddell Jewelry. I think we're here. We needed to go to the bank? Yeah, because the banker, Jim Archer, was who we needed to see. Ooh.
Hello, I'm looking for Jim Archer.
Right through that door. Hello, are you Nancy Drew?
Nancy Drew. Sound like Emily called you.
Sounds like Emily called you.
Yes, ma'am. Jim Archer. I'm founder, president, manager, and just about everything else you can name when it comes to this fine enterprise.
I heard that some businesses aren't doing so well these days. Oh yeah, because it's like 1930 Depression era. Did Emily tell you why I'm here, or
I
let's
hear
just do
that some
this.
businesses aren't doing so well these days.
Ever since the stock market crashed, one business after another has closed, including banks. President Hoover keeps saying that a recovery is just around the corner, but you have to wonder.
Is your bank doing okay? Some people say we're headed for depression. Ooh. should we
Some
tickle
people say
tickle
we're
the
headed
bear?
for a depression.
Well, that kind of pessimism is not only misguided, it's pointless. Thinking ahead and taking action. That's what we businessmen should be doing right now. And I'm happy to report that we're doing just fine, thank you. Excuse me. Main Street Bank, Jim Archer speaking. No, I don't. I'm sorry, but... Yes, I know, but... All right, then just bring it by. Sorry for the interruption. How can I help you?
Do you
Do you happen to know whether the jewelry Emily inherited from her mother was insured?
Well, I know for a fact that it was not.
Ugh.
Why?
Because someone
Rough.
snuck into the inn today and stole it.
Oh, no. I heard there'd been a fire
I
in
don't
the
like the
kitchen,
tone he
but
used there.
when it rains, it pours, doesn't it? I told Gloria not to let that policy lapse.
Hmm?
Why did she let it lapse?
She felt that since Josiah Crowley would be leaving her a large sum of money when he died, or so she thought, paying to insure her jewelry just wasn't necessary.
Oh gosh, never rely on someone else when it comes to finances in this situation. How well did you know Josiah Crowley? Yes.
How well did you know Josiah Crowley?
Well enough for him to name me executor of his will. An executor is the person who makes sure the terms of a will are carried out.
Awesome. Why do you think he would wind up leaving Gloria nothing? Did he leave you anything? Yeah, let's do that.
Did he leave you anything?
He'd given me the impression that I would be well taken care of when he passed on, too. But when I finally read his will, it all went atop him.
Ugh. Suspicious. Where did Josiah keep his will? How well do you know Jane? Where did
Josiah keep his will?
He'd hidden it in a chest of drawers in his house. It took me months to find it. When he named me executor, he said he'd tell me where it was hidden when the time was right. Whatever that meant.
Huh. How did he die? Yeah.
How did Josiah die?
He was sitting in the public library reading when apparently his heart just decided it was time to stop.
What was he reading?
What was he reading?
His favorite book, The Make-Up Secrets of Lon Chaney.
Nice. The will you found.
The will you found in Josiah's house. Is it possible that Josiah didn't really write it?
Well, the thought that it could be a forgery did cross my mind. But an expert verified that the will had been typed on Josiah's typewriter and signed in Josiah's hand.
Oh my gosh, hold on. My face is heart eyes for some reason. Give me a moment. You're doing great. Oh yes, Pando looking out for all of us. Okay. Richard Topham, living in Josiah's house, had access to his typewriter? Honestly, yeah.
But Richard Topham lived in Josiah's house. He had access to his typewriter, and he could have copied his signature.
As far as the law is concerned, the matter is closed, Miss Drew.
But it's possible that Josiah's real will is still out there. Are you sure he never gave you any clue as to where he'd hidden his will?
Whenever I asked him, he said he'd tell me when the time is right. Although, he got a safe deposit box here about 3 years ago.
Maybe that's where his real will is.
Topham has tried to claim its contents, but he can't find the key.
If Topham... If he knows the real will could be in there...
Maybe he knows the real will could be in there. Only he wants
meant to
to
click the other
destroy
one, but that's fine.
Now, Miss Drew, I wouldn't
yeah,
go jumping to any conclusions.
That's a stretch.
How well do you know Jane Willoughby? You know, Emily's guardian?
Not well at all. Met her once or twice. Seemed a little flighty.
What was Emily's mom?
What was Emily's mom like?
Had a good head on her shoulders. Friendly, too. Having a big slice of blueberry pie at the Lalakin was always a real treat. It'd be nice if family could carry on the tradition, but times are just too tough. If she's smart, she'll sell before the bills start piling up.
I guess I'll be going.
Nice talking to you.
Don't you ever use this typewriter?
That used to be Josiah Crowley's. It was the only thing he left me in his will. Naturally, it doesn't work. The keys always jam.
October 9, 1929. Dear Mrs.
Oh, can we figure out...
Sheldon, here is the trivet I said you could borrow for your party at Twin Elms. Please take care of it because I will want it back someday. Your friend, Josiah C. I wonder if Josiah ever got his trivet back.
Ooh. Twin Elms, eh?
Who's Clara?
Clara Pickford is this lonely old woman who comes in here every once in a while. Took a shine to me for some reason. Insisted on giving me that picture.
To Jim Archer, my ace in the hole. Affectionately yours, Clara. This kind of reminds me of Judith Ward from The Sims.
Where did you get this clock?
Josiah Crowley gave it to me. It stopped keeping time the minute he walked out the door.
It would sure be nice to be able to open this thing.
Didn't we get a key? Yeah, this key. No? Can't open it? Okay. Oh well. Anything else to look at? Safety deposit boxes?
Is this your car?
Oh.
Yes, it is. Bought and paid for.
Cute. Lovely. Hot babe in the front. Country courthouse. Gas. We're doing pretty good on gas. Let's look at this map. Okay. What are we looking at here? General store. Railroad. Blenheim. Cool. Turner Home for Children. Lilac-in. Okay. I guess we go back. Krollmeister. So in the Nancy Drew games, Krollmeister is like one of the companies that always ends up coming back. I think this way will take us home, right? No. It will not. Okay. Good to know. What's down here? Oh. It's not on... Okay, well that's unfortunate. Glad we found it at least.
Mrs. Sheldon?
Yes?
My name's Nancy Drew. I'm a friend of Emily Crandall's.
Fancy house.
Get on with it, dear.
I was wondering, would it be possible for me to see the trivet you borrowed from Josiah Crowley?
You may not only see it, you may have it. Once I find it, that is. Unfortunately, I've an errand to run, so I can't look for it right now.
Maybe I could run the errand for you. I have a car.
So I see. Rather expensive car at that.
Expensive
Very
car.
well, Miss Drew. Go fetch my bridge cards from Miss Drakowski, and upon your return I shall present you with that trivet.
Who's Miss Drakowski?
The local telephone operator. You can find her at her house, or Titusville Telco, as she insists on calling it. The switchboard is in her parlor. As you can imagine, she never entertains. I, on the other hand, am expecting company within the hour, so do hurry.
Okay, rude. Trivet. Company within the hour. Should we find this telephone company? Is it this one? Teletubby? Teletubby. Tubby telegrams, right?
Something I can do for you?
Oh,
Well,
nope.
my name's Nancy Drew, and my father
Say
said
no
that...
more. You're here to pick up some papers. They're in that envelope.
Ooh.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Say, is that your roadster out there?
Yes, it is. Did I park somewhere I shouldn't have?
No, it's just that my regular driver never showed up today, so I've got no way to deliver all these telegrams.
Hmm.
How would you like to earn some extra cash?
You mean
Yeah.
you want me to deliver them for you?
You've got a car, you're trustworthy, or at least your father thinks you are, so what do you say? I'll pay you 25 cents each time you complete
Yee-wee.
a delivery. And you might even get some tips.
Okay, sure.
Great, you're hired. Here, deliver this to Seymour out at Blenheim Nursery. Come back when you're done and I'll pay you and give you another telegram to deliver.
Great. See you in a little while.
Okay, well, at least we finished that up. What is... Where? Telegrams, yeah? What? Was it... Oh, okay, let me look at the list. Telco. Oh... Okay. Okay. And that's the case. Can we click this?
That's
Yes. Okay. Find out if the key
done. I haven't done that yet.
is the key that goes to the clock. I tried that. Find out. Okay, well, I'll double check when I come back. Figure out what to do with the mirrors. Don't know how to do that. Go to Titusville. Okay. And then nursery. Let me see the nursery. Blenheim Nursery. Okay, we can do that on the way home. Well, I guess we have to go back to whatever. I don't know where this... It didn't show... Oh, right here. Did it show on the map? I didn't see it. No, it's not here. Okay, whatever.
Yeah? Are you Miss Drakowski?
Yeah, and you are?
Nancy Drew. I'm a friend of Emily Crandall's. You know, at the Lilac Inn.
Oh, yeah, I put you through to your father, didn't I? You pick up those papers for him yet?
Actually, Wait a minute. How did you know about that?
See this headset I'm wearing? I plug it in and what do you know? I hear things. Look, I'm kind of pressed for time. Going to a party and it takes me a while to get dolled up. What do you
Zooled
need?
up.
Mrs. Sheldon asked me to pick up her bridge cards from you.
Tell you what, I'll get you those cards if you drive that fancy car of yours over to the orphanage and pick up some raffle tickets from Mrs. O'Shea. I should be able to unload a ton of them tonight.
I'd be happy to.
Good, I gotta go. Yeah, I'm coming.
Okay. Well, let's quick check the key again because it was in our book to check. So guess we try again.
Before I fool around with this, I should make sure it's okay with
Oh,
Mr.
okay.
Archer.
Oh wow, so I just had to go back and do it. Interesting.
You know, the minute you walked out of here, something occurred to me. You're Carson Drew's daughter, aren't you?
Guilty.
We went to law school together. Only he actually went
Oh.
into law and I wound up here. So how's he doing? Business pretty good?
Great. Couldn't be better.
That's nice. That's real nice. Well, you tell him you saw me, and you tell him I'm doing just fine too. So what can I do for you?
Such a loaded way to say that. R.I.P. Was that your car I saw?
Was that your car I saw parked near the Lilac Inn this morning?
I haven't been there in months. You saw someone else's car. It's a very popular make and color, you know.
Interesting. I'm just wondering what it was doing there.
Whosever car it wasn't there after the fire.
Probably just someone sneaking onto that miniature golf course that Josiah built back there. Or bootleggers. I hear they frequent that area too.
Bootleggers?
The key that you had Mr. Waddell appraise, could that be the key to the clock that Josiah Crowley gave you?
It might have been, I suppose. You know about that?
Found the receipt.
I found the receipt on the path to Richard Topham's house.
Really? I thought I'd thrown it out. You see, when he told me the key was worthless, I lost all interest in it.
So, it would be all right if I kept the key for myself?
I have no use for it. In fact, if you want that old clock, you can have it too.
I guess I'll be going. But wait a minute. We found the receipt, his receipt, that he would have had on his person near Topham's house. And he said that he had not been near the inn because his car, that was apparently not his car. Wasn't me, officer. Wasn't his car, but the receipt that was supposed to be with him was next to the house. Suspicious? I think so.
I guess I'll be going.
Say hi to Carson for me.
Oops. Oh. Okay. So okay. When it's right, it snaps into place. That's kind of nice. Except if you back out like what I just did. Oh wait, never mind. It just... Does it snap on? It feels like it snaps on. Oh, maybe not. I could just be wrong. I can't tell if... And I don't think that's the spot. This has to be one. It's the only size that would fit there. I can't tell if it snaps or not. I think it does. Is that not right? Or do I have to like... Or do I have to line up these lines? Ugh, I have to line up the lines. Okay, interesting. Okay, yeah, when they're done, they do that's nice at least. So those for sure go there. Okay, that one goes there. Okay, I see. So that one would be this one. So we're making a line like this. That and this. Nice! We did it, chat! Yes! Another mirror. Great. Did you see that, my guy? I figured your clock out. Yeah, you should be thankful. What do you think of the game so far, Angel? It's a cozy one, in my opinion. Okay, let's go. Where did we have to go? Children's Orphanage? To get the raffle tickets. Turner Home for Orphans.
Excuse me, are you Mrs. O'Shea?
Yes?
My name is Nancy Drew, and...
Stephen, put that down this instant! We do not run with sticks in our hands. Or in our mouths.
Or in our mouths.
You were saying?
Mr. Kowski asked me to pick up some raffle tickets from you.
Oh yes, the raffle tickets. The fact of the matter is Elsie, no hitting! I can't even think about those raffle tickets right now. I promised the children they'd each get a toy for going a full week without breaking anything. And I'm short 5 toys. Do not eat that, Clarence!
Would you like me to get 5 toys for you?
Oh, goodness, if you could do that, I'd be forever grateful. They can be any kind of toy at all. The children aren't the least bit picky. Of course it tastes bad, Clarence. It's a pine cone. I better go rinse out his mouth before. Oh, would you look at that? He's actually chewing it. You're not a squirrel, Clarence. Spit that out this instant.
You're not a squirrel, Clarence. What's this? A pond. Ooh, an actual location.
A nice, quiet fishing hole. Neat.
We can fish. I didn't realize this was Stardew.
Don't exactly seem to be jumping.
I didn't know this was a Stardew episode.
Don't exactly seem to be jumping.
All right, we'll come back later. Why don't we just explore with our car? What's up here? Ooh. We need to get toys. Where can we get toys?
Hello.
I'm afraid we're closed to the public right now.
Okay, bye.
Okay. Where would we get toys? We need to go to the nursery. So maybe we do that. Maybe we stop by the general store? That's the only thing I could think of for finding toys. Where to get toys.
Hello, I've got a telegram for Seymour.
Just leave it on the desk there. I'd tip you, but as you can see, my hands are filthy.
What are you doing?
Filthy?
I'm trying to doll up some of my plants before this guy named Mr. Martin comes in. He's a big cheese at some oil company, and I'm hoping he... Ow!
Did that plant just bite you?
It did kind of feel that way.
I think I'll be going now. Bye!
Freaky plant. Okay. Vash! What a name. Look at those cows.
Maybe I could buy some toys for the orphans in here.
Oh, okay, so I was right. I like the packaging on some of these cans.
A vending machine that just sells toys. Keen.
Keen. Insert 25 cents. Crazy. Let's do the boat because they're right by the pond.
Well,
Gosh.
that's one toy.
Why do I have to spend money on orphans? Kinda crazy. Alright, maybe the plane?
I can't get the toy without putting in money
that's
first.
right. I have to shell out my own money to charity. so terrible. Nice.
2 toys down, 3 to go.
Maybe we get the pretty lady?
I can't get the toy without
Oh my
putting in
gosh.
money first.
Yes. Yes, 25 cents. I could probably get all the toys. You need 5, right?
That makes 3 toys. Four toys. I just need 1 more.
Okay. Train.
I can't get the toy
Oh
without
my
putting
gosh.
in money first.
I wonder if we get an achievement for buying all the toys.
5 toys. That's all I need.
I'm gonna buy another. I'm gonna buy the last one. Kind of curious. Nice. Can we still put money in? Okay, good. No. You got all their toys. Nice. Johnson Farm. Can we say hello?
Hello.
Get off
Oh my gosh.
property now! And take that infernal noise machine with you.
Fine. I'm going. Whatever you say.
Yikes, indeed. It was aggressive. That was so scary. Oh, should we drop off the Tubby telegram?
Did you deliver that telegram?
I sure did.
Good for you. Here's your money. And here's your next telegram. Take this to Counselor Alice out at Camp Avondale. Keep
Camp
up the good work.
Avondale. Okay. Well, it seems like that's gonna be a looping. Like, we could just do that whenever we want to. So, maybe... Let's see, where is the camp? I thought I saw it up
I've
here.
only got half a tank of gas
Half a tank of
left.
gas.
I should gas up before I
No.
forget.
Yes, we should.
Welcome to Zippies, where zipless service is zippily zapped and zippy service is the zippiest. Fill her up.
Fill her up?
Just 25 cents worth, please.
25 cents. Could you imagine? 25 cents for gas? That'd be
That'll
so
be
nice.
25 cents.
Here you go.
Thank you, miss. Anything else?
Kind of curious
No, thank you.
Drive zippily.
what kind of inflation comparison that would be, you know? Yeah, I knew I saw it over here.
Hi, I've got a telegram for a counselor here named Alice.
That's me. Hang on. Oh, go dry up, Jason. What a jokester. Anyway, thanks. I'm afraid I don't have any money to tip you.
That's okay. Have a swell day.
Oh, to right up, Jason. What a jokester. I love all these voices. Pretty epic. Okay. Let's deliver some toys to
Hi,
orphans.
do you have 5 toys for me?
I certainly do.
Oh, that's wonderful. You're such a saint, you hear me? A saint. I'd better get these inside before the children see them. Thank you so much.
Mrs. O'Shea, the raffle tickets?
Oh, the raffle tickets? I don't have them here. You'll have to pick them up from Phelps Print Shop. Then just take them straight to Mr. Kowski. We don't pull hair, Ralphie. Especially when we have jelly on our hands.
Phelps Print Shop. Wonderful.
Kind of crazy that she led us down the merry path just because she has a house full of orphans. Kind of crazy. Okay, where's the next spot? We needed to go to... Where did she say? Print shop. It's not on here though. Print shop? Wait, is that it? On the corner? Okay, right down the street. Well, at least it's not far.
Sorry, young lady. I'm about to
Stop,
close.
no.
I'm just here to pick up the raffle tickets you printed for Mrs. O'Shea.
Oh, darn it. I did tell her I'd have those done today, didn't I? Well, I'm sorry, but they're just gonna have to wait until tomorrow.
Oh, but I need to have them today.
And I need to go fishing.
Fishing?
My brother-in-law thinks he's hot stuff because he caught an 18-inch largemouth bass this morning. So I bet him I could catch a 19-incher by the end of the day. And if I do, I get his stamp collection. And if I don't, he gets mine. And since stamp collecting is about the only hobby I can afford these days, I'm going fishing.
I know. You stay here and print those raffle tickets, and I'll go fishing for you.
Not everybody can catch a 19-inch largemouth bass, you know. It takes skill and muscle and brains. Bass are pretty smart.
I can do it, Mr. Phelps.
You better be right, because you're not
Fishing
getting
side
those
quest.
raffle tickets until I get my 19-inch.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Use my gear. I left everything out at the fishing hole.
Great. I'll see you later.
Could you imagine if you ordered prints from a print shop and you like, I need them today, and then you order them for the day, and then the guy's like, nah, I gotta go fishing. Gotta go fishing, dog. Alright.
First thing I need to do is bait my hook.
Yuck. Ugh.
Now I toss this in the water, and when the bobber goes under the water, I need to pull the line up fast.
Got it. Okay. Whoa! Shot that out. Pull a Stardew moment here. Cozy fishing time. Have you ever gone fishing before? Oh!
I caught one!
12 inches. Hey, it's still a large guy.
This doesn't look like a largemouth bass.
I don't know what type of fish we have to do. Or what type of bait. But I'm just gonna try all of them and see. Surely we will oh. Can we? Oh, there we go. Oh. Do I fish in certain spots? Oh.
I caught one!
Nope, not a bass either. Release.
This doesn't look like a largemouth bass.
Notes. Catch a 19-inch largemouth bass. You know, let's come back to do that. Let's drop off our telegram. And then go home.
Did you deliver that telegram?
I sure did.
Good for you. Here's your money. And here's your next telegram. Deliver this to Mr. Jones at Vash's Dairy. Keep up the good work.
Vash's Dairy. Alright. Let's go back to the Lilac Inn. Oh, look, there's a bridge. Alright. The Lilac Inn is a Nancy Drew book, but it's a very different story. Maybe we call someone?
Good. How may I be of service?
Hi, Miss Jakowski. It's Nancy Drew.
So where are those raffle tickets?
I'm still working on it.
Well, unless you're gonna sell them, get them over here. In the meantime, what can I do you for?
Maybe
I'd like to call Carson
maybe
Drew
our
at
dad
KO
knows about fishing.
57187.
Hang on a minute.
Carson Drew,
Hi, Dad.
did you pick those papers up yet?
Yep.
Great. You can give them to me tonight when you get home from Emily's. So, what else have you been doing?
Been earning money. Oh,
Do
yeah,
you
let's
remember
do Jim.
someone from law school
Jim
named
Archer.
Jim Archer?
Jim Archer. Yes, I remember him. Glasses, sort of short.
He's in banking
Hey,
now. In fact,
average
he's Emily's
sized.
banker. He said to say hi.
Jim Archer. How about that?
I'm earning money by delivering telegrams. I'm pretty sure I saw Jim Archer's car.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I saw Jim Archer's car parked at the side of the road by the Lilac Inn this morning, just before the explosion.
Are you
Yeah.
suggesting Jim Archer was somehow responsible for the explosion?
Well, when I asked him about it, he did seem kind of evasive.
It's okay to have your suspicions, Nancy. But in a town as small as Titusville, it's very easy to alienate people. Until you know the facts, you'd be well advised to keep your suspicions to yourself.
All right. Do you have time to give me a hint about something? Earning money by delivering telegrams. Sure.
I'm earning money by delivering telegrams for Tubby's Telegrams.
Good for you. That's a great way to meet people and to accumulate a little cash, which might come in handy. You're putting extra wear and tear on your car, you know.
Yes, Dad.
What else have you been up to?
This Richard Topham guy honestly believes he has psychic powers.
He's not just some sort of con man?
No, I think he's so good at convincing himself that he can read minds and move spoons that he has no problem convincing other people that he can.
Or perhaps it's a function of the clever Hans effect.
Oh, I just read something about that.
Then, as you know, sometimes an interrogator will give involuntary visual and or verbal cues in order to help another person arrive at the desired answer. Keep your eyes and ears open when you're around this Topham fellow. He may unconsciously tell you more than either of you realizes.
Do you have time to give me a hint about something?
Of course I do. What do you need?
No, that's not what I
Dad.
wanted. I wanted fishing advice. Dad, come on. Okay, what is this? Oh, these are the papers, right? Yeah.
Oh, Nancy.
Oh.
I'm afraid there's been more trouble.
Trouble?
Trouble?
It's Emily. She... Oh, this is silly. I'm her guardian. I should just make her sell this place. She's only 17, for Pete's sakes. She should be out meeting boys and going to parties, not trying to run a business.
Miss Willoughby, what happened?
Just go ask her, and make her tell you everything.
Huh. Girl, I don't... If she makes a sale and you get money, that's super shady. Oh, let me check the last name. Ah, that's right. Kayam. I think I completely butchered that. Apologies, but...
Jane told you, didn't she?
Not really. What happened?
Not really.
That picture on the wall over there, I saw it move. I was just sitting here and it
Oh my
moved
gosh.
all by itself. I saw it move. I really did. Last week, a book fell off the shelf for no reason. And before that, I heard these weird noises. And almost every day I hear a voice, like a whisper, coming out of nowhere. Jane thinks it's
Ooh.
nerves, but I don't want to talk about this. Did you see Jim Archer?
I'm afraid I don't have very good news.
The jewelry wasn't insured?
Yeah. Maybe no, but I do have some good news.
No, but I do have some good news. Sort of.
Shh! Did you hear
Oh my
that?
gosh.
Hear what?
Shh! Nothing. I'm going to have to sell the inn, aren't I?
You know, it's possible, just possible, that the will that was found was not the will Josiah wrote.
The freak.
He may have
clothes are
left us money
freaking me
after
out.
all? No, that's wishful thinking. And I refuse to get my hopes up again because they'll probably just get dashed again. Listen, I feel bad enough that you drove all the way out here for nothing. Maybe you should just go home.
Would you mind if I stayed for a while?
No, but I really don't feel like being sociable right now. There's nothing for you to do.
I'd like to try and figure out what
I'd
happened
like
to
to
the
try
jewelry.
to figure out what happened to that jewelry.
What are you? Some kind of Sam Spade?
Well, just because I've never solved a mystery before doesn't mean I can't. Anyway, there's no harm in trying, right? Who knows? I might turn out to be good at it.
That's
Be
funny.
my guest.
Considering that's her whole brand. Did he ever...
Did Josiah ever say anything about hiding his will somewhere?
No, but he was always hiding stuff. I know because he was always writing reminders to himself about how to find it. But whenever the subject of his will came up, he'd just say he was happy knowing we were going to be happy when he passed on. Time will tell. That's all he'd say.
Is the clock in the parlor the one Josiah gave you?
Yes. I don't know why he gave it to us. It's never worked, and nobody can open it to find out why.
I'll be back in a little bit.
No, I
You're
wanted
the
to ask
bee's
that.
knees.
No.
Hi, Nancy.
Do you have any idea where Josiah may have hidden a safe deposit box key?
He could have hidden it anywhere. He always said his favorite hiding place was right under people's noses.
Honestly, if he really did, like, it kind of sounds like he did hide his actual will. Why would he do that to these poor people? It's kind of a dookie move if you...
I'll be back in a little bit.
Okay.
Don't you think? He literally made these people believe that he was going to leave them a will, and then supposedly left it all to his psychic guy. Kind of crazy. Which picture?
What could have made this picture move?
Freaky. Okay, so we've done a few talking rounds. Let's try and maybe solve this. I think would be good. Yeah. Wet. Maybe all wet.
That looks right.
I got it. Nice. Because we got that hint in the book in his house. Doll up? Maybe?
Am I smart or what?
Wow. Cross. Double cross. I'm so smart.
I'm getting there.
Dry up.
That looks right.
What does this look like? I don't remember these at all, by the way. And I feel very smart for getting them. I'm not gonna lie. Cheese. I say that, and then this one I'm like, I don't know what it would be. No. Maybe. Wait, big cheese.
Am I smart or what?
Yeah. Okay. She's a brainiac. She's a psychic. She's well endowed in the brain. She is not lesser than. Or I can't believe he said, I can't talk to you if you don't have brain. Kind of wild.
Hello, Miss Drew.
Hello, Mr. Drew. Is that an elephant foot? Freaky.
So, you have the solution to that logic problem?
I think so. Alright, right here.
Right here.
Let's have a look. Why, you appear to have indeed found the solution.
Yippee!
Well, since you've proved yourself to be intellectually above average, which means talking to you should do me no harm.
Crazy
what would you like to talk
sentence. I want to ask, when and how did you meet?
When and how did you meet Josiah Crowley?
Last summer, while on my way to the university for a conference, I stopped for a bite at the Lilac Inn. Since it was crowded and I was in a hurry, I agreed to share a table with an elderly gentleman who, like me, was by himself. As soon as I told Mr. Crowley who I was and what I did, well, he insisted that I give him a training session that very afternoon, and was so thrilled with his progress that he demanded I stay and teach him everything I knew.
Huh.
So it was his idea that you set up your school in his house?
Oh, I know rumor has it that I somehow tricked him into it, that I insinuated my way into his home, but I assure you that was not the case.
Were you surprised when you found out that Josiah had left you everything?
Delighted? Yes. Surprised? Not really. Josiah was all alone, you see, surrounded by people like the Crandalls and that banker, Jim Archer. People who were nice to him only because they knew he had money.
Crazy for you to say that when you literally said, I can't talk to you if you're lesser than. Or no, I'm sorry. Your exact words were inferior. Okay. Who's in the carriage house that's out back? Do you know?
What's in the
Or
carriage
what?
house that's out back? Do you know?
That was Josiah's workshop. I assume it contains even more detritus.
Detritus? What does that even mean? Let's look that up. I did not spell that correctly. Detritus. Detritus means trash or debris. Refers to waste or junk of some kind. But can actually mean any accumulation of material, not only man-made stuff. Loose gravel, silt, sand can also be called. And so can decomposing organic matter like piles of dead leaves. Detritus. Interesting. Okay. Okay, dictionary. Guess we learned a new word today. Detritus. Do you mind if I look around some more? What do you think happened to the key to Josiah's safety deposit box? Yes.
What do you think happened to the key to Josiah's safe deposit box?
Josiah no doubt lost it. He had a terrible memory, poor fellow.
What do you think is in the safe deposit box?
No doubt it's filled with the same thing as this house. Junk. But if it's junk, why haven't I gotten rid of it, you may well ask. Well, I know it's silly to hang on to Josiah's things, but he was a wonderful man, you see, and I just don't have the heart to get rid of them. Too sentimental for my own good, I guess.
Do you think they were together? Do you think they were an item? Do you mind if I look around some more? Have you ever played Bard Bounce? Yeah.
Do you mind if I look around some more?
Be my guest.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Now what?
Now what?
Have you ever made par on the golf course that's out back?
Young lady, I've never set foot on that golf course, let alone made whatever par is.
Did you hear about the explosion and
He's
fire at the Lilac
insufferable.
Inn this morning?
I heard the explosion and fire. Ruined my 9 o'clock session.
So you were with a customer when it happened?
Pupil. I was with a pupil. I run a school, not a vegetable stand, and yes, I was. Until I dismissed her 20 minutes early. All the ruckus made concentration impossible.
Crazy to say that about your neighbor and the fact that people could have gotten hurt, but whatever. I'd love to find a dead body in your house. You're a freak like that, I'm sure. How well did you get along with Emily and her guardian, Jane? Did you eat at the inn very often? No.
How well do you get along with Emily and her guardian, Jane?
Very well, as far as I'm concerned. But as far as they're concerned, well, the fact that Josiah left everything to me made some people around here, including Emily and now this Jane Willoughby, very bitter. It hurts me, of course, but it's human nature, I suppose.
I mean, yeah, I get that.
Have you ever played Bard Bounce?
The game that's in the parlor of the Lilac Inn? Never. Such frivolities are an inexcusable waste of cerebral energy.
It was nice talking to you.
Oh my gosh.
I knew you were going to say that. A little psychic humor.
Oh, Topham. Richard. Do you think they named him Richard for that reason? Richard, short for Dick. And yes, I do mean what I said.
As you'll soon realize, Josiah's mental faculties were starting to go, I'm afraid. He tended to ramble. Very little of what he wrote in there makes sense.
Whatever, Richard. Maybe your brain is too small for me, huh? You ever think about that? Maybe you are inferior. Unendowed. What are you... Okay. Let's see. What are you when you win Bard Bounce? Is the first one for the lock? What poet? Which we know is Omar K. What will par my miniature golf course get you? What's Gloria's middle name? So we know the second. It's either O or K, and then Gloria, which is L. Okay. Figured that out. This was actually a really helpful hint. Open journal. What journal? Decoder's in the rivet. 2 to the right. Whatever. See, whereabouts? Room off tunnel. Okay. To open the big TikTok on top, could flute Thisbe and Paramus, their cues. Bottom's cues and note to Gloria. Okay. Did we see Note to Gloria? I don't know. Alright. Let's... Okay. This is a nice little spot to look at. Alright, what's this? Ooh.
What do you do with these?
I put them on the windshields of cars parked in the area. Great advertising.
Ever put them on cars at the Lilac Inn?
All the time. I've gotten quite a few pupils that way. I'm afraid that fire today was as unfortunate for me as it was for Miss Crandall.
Oh, get off. Are you kidding me? As unfortunate? You lost your main... Oh my gosh. This guy is insufferable. He really just said, yeah, your restaurant burned down, but I also was affected by that, and that one of my pupils couldn't stay for the entire session. Is crazy. Anyways, he's number 1 on my list. Doesn't matter. He may not have done whatever he's accused of, but he's guilty in my book. Okay. This is, I think, a good spot to stop, I think. Because, I only wanted to do this for a short while anyway, just to start it off, and then I am going to come back to this. We'll come back another time, probably next week. Maybe, we'll play this a little bit more on maybe Monday. Don't want to commit, but perhaps Monday. See if I can schedule that in. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, you guys. Let's save this real quick. Load and save. Let's... Dick top them. Hopefully we'll be able to play this again soon. Yeah. All right. Well, you guys have a great evening. Enjoy the rest of your day, night, wherever you are. Okay. See ya. Have a good evening. Bye.